What's up everyone, welcome back to Reef RX. Big changes happening in the fish room. The ugly phase is clearing up and it's looking the best it has in a while. But I've also run into a problem in the quarantine system. Let's just say it's a fluke you'll want to see. Stick around. So this is the Waterbox Peninsula tank, the 7225. It's about a 225 gallon total water volume. The angle I'm showing you here is on the other side of my fish room, which will soon be the family room. As you can see, this side isn't finished, but that's a good project for me to do soon. I've set up a lot of reef tanks in the past few years, but I do have to say that the ugly phase I hit with this tank was probably the worst I've ever seen. So to get the cycle started, I added a bottle of Turbo Start that I bought from AlgaeBarn. And if you guys ever purchase from AlgaeBarn, use my code REEFRX with a space in between to get 15% off your order. After the tank had cycled, I added my blue tang and my clownfish after they went through a copper and nitrofurazone quarantine. Several weeks later, the ugly phase got real, and it got real ugly. So about a week ago, I added some turbo snails to this tank to try to help clean up some of the rock work. And in a matter of days, the rock work was cleaned, and all of a sudden, the sand bed looked amazing. I also added Microbacter 7, which is a bacteria supplement that I've been adding to the tank every day while I was in the ugly phase. And I finally stopped dosing that, but you do see the tank is still cloudy, and that has been clearing up a little bit day by day. Now that the tank's clear, I can finally show off my nice rock work that I worked really hard to aquascape, and I really like how it came out. I like all the swim holes and the little caves and stuff like that, so I think the fish will be super happy, and I can't wait to add more fish. One thing I've never had is a tank that had really nice aquascape, so I made sure to take my time and get this one just right. Another thing that I really like about this tank is the design of the sump. So I have tons of equipment here that's working overtime to make this tank sparkle and clean. First up, we have the Red Sea Reef Mat 1200. This reef mat works amazingly well and pulls a ton of organics out of the tank before they get them break down into the water column. And guys, if you're not running this on your tank, you might want to strongly consider it. Second up, we have the refugium. In my refugium, I use Kato as my macro algae, which I purchased from AlgaeBarn. And then I also have a lot of pods that I've added to the tank from AlgaeBarn. And you can see on the glass here in the fuge a bunch of the pods that are moving around that are on the glass. The pod population is excellent and is a great food source for my Mandarin goby, who really enjoys munching on these pods. For the refugium light, I'm using Neptune grow light, which I think works really well and fits well in this sump. Next up, we have the protein skimmer, and this protein skimmer has been pulling a ton of stuff out of this tank. And you can see that skimmer cup, it's really dark, and the skimmer works really well. I'm very happy with it. It's the Coralbox D500 Plus skimmer. I also really like how this sump has this adjustable baffle here between the skimmer chamber and the refugium chamber, so I can have a bigger refugium or a smaller refugium with more room for equipment on the other side. If you're enjoying the video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and share this video with your reefing friends. Also, check out the link in my bio. I've partnered with some awesome reefing companies, and I've got discount codes and coupons for a few of them down there too. It's a great way to save some cash and support the channel at the same time. Appreciate your support as always. Let's get back to it. And then in the back here, I have the Neptune Core 20 pump that I'm using from my return pump. I've also had this for a while. This was also set up in my Waterbox 110.4 and it works great. Now, one of the things I'm most proud of in this fish room is going to have to be this mixing station. This mixing station makes it so easy to do water changes or to fill up ATO containers. I use this hose that is attached to the station to either use it for RODI water or salt water to come out the hose, and it just makes water changes a breeze. I will put a card in the top right corner of your screen where you can click on to see a more detailed overview video of the mixing station. But of course, if you have questions, please leave them in the comments. I'm very happy to answer them. Each of these containers holds 55 gallons, which allows me to have a maximum of 110 gallons of water on standby. Super important, especially if you're running a larger system, just in case something goes wrong. Something else that goes hand in hand with the mixing station as far as having my life made easier is having this utility sink in my fish room where I have RODI water on tap, which makes it great to clean equipment and then rinse it off with RODI water. Highly recommend having one in your fish room if you don't already. Now this tank here is my 20-gallon quarantine tank for corals. I do have a yellow tang in this tank, but he is waiting for copper treatment, which that tank is full, and we're going to talk about that tank in just a moment. But these corals, once quarantined for several months, and I can ensure there's no pest or aptasia, they'll go into the big Waterbox Peninsula 7225 tank. So this here is my fish quarantine tank. These fish have been in here for close to a month. I have a clown tang and a pair of reef safe angelfish. So these fish went through 16 days of copper and nitrofurazone treatment. However, on the clown tang, I noticed something that didn't look quite right to me. So I scraped the side of the fish to take a better look under my microscope. And what I see under my microscope is this right here, which appears to be a fluke. So I am now treating with Prazi Pro. We're going through 2 treatments of Prazi Pro to ensure that there are no flukes on the fish. And as of now, the fish are definitely looking much better. In this video, they are in their 2nd treatment of Prazi. Everything is looking much better. So hopefully they'll be able to come out in a couple more days and go into the water box tank and get to meet the community that we have in there. Now, if you haven't yet, make sure you check the link in my bio for great affiliate links, some deals, discounts with some companies you probably already order from. And if you could give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought of this video and if you like this update. I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching.